Hello again. I think if you've got outside plans this weekend, I don't think the weather will cause too many issues. That said, sunshine is definitely at a bit of a premium. A lot of cloud once again across a lot of the country. Lucky few of us will see the odd glimmer of brightness, but wherever you are, it's still feeling on the chilly side, especially on Saturday. Now this afternoon then, you can barely see the UK underneath all this cloud. A few breaks here and there, so let's say lucky few of us will see some glimmers of sunshine. Perhaps parts of eastern Scotland faring best for this, like with recent days, but a lot of cloud. And underneath that cloud, well, temperatures fairly depressed once again, typically between about 5 and 6 degrees for many of us, although some western fringes of the country, particularly northwest Scotland with a bit more breeze coming in from the southwest, might see highs of 8 or 9 degrees here. We see little change as we move on through the evening, with a lot of cloud continuing to persist for many places. A few breaks coming and going, but I think any breaks fairly tenuous. Potentially a little bit of a break across eastern Scotland again, allowing for an early dip in temperatures here before this weather front comes in from the northwest. A cold front, bringing some patchy rain and some cloudier skies, so after the early dip in temperatures, should recover to around about 5 degrees across, say, Aberdeen, for example, by morning. And for most of us, we should just about escape a frost. But that said, like with recent nights, where skies clear for any length of time, you might just see a touch of frost come Sunday morning. So this front is going to be a dividing line between the cloudy regime across much of England and Wales, and eventually something a bit brighter into northern Scotland as we move on through the day and Sunday. So I think northern Scotland's the best place to see some sunshine. Elsewhere, it's a similar story to what we've seen on Saturday. So a few breaks coming and going, and perhaps a little bit more in the way of sunshine compared to Saturday across England and Wales. This central zone of the country always prone to some drizzly outbreaks of rain and more in the way of leaden skies here. Temperatures in the south, probably a little bit milder compared to what we've seen over recent days. So we might see 9 or 10 degrees in the southwest, for example. Parts of Scotland a little bit colder, despite some sunshine come Sunday afternoon. Now the bigger picture shows that cold air is not too far away from the north of the country, but at the moment, Eastern Europe is where we've got the coldest weather. Some quite significant snow for the Alps over the coming days, quite a significant risk of avalanches too. But back to the UK, and it's high pressure that's in charge of the weather here, and it's going to maintain its influence towards the south of the country for the next few days. We've got this deep low that's going to run its way to the north of Scotland, bring some windy weather for a time Monday into Tuesday. And as that pulls away to the east, so we open the floodgates to some colder air from the north. So some rough seas, some big waves down the North Sea, and quite a cold wind to boot before pressure starts to build back in from the west later in the week. So for the next few days, we can talk about turning a windy start, certainly across parts of the north of the country on Monday and Tuesday. A little bit milder for a time, but as those winds switch round to the north, so things will be turning that bit colder once again. Have a good weekend. Take care.